Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. UFC fighter exposes Conor McGregor's unrealistic dreams. Here, Renato Moicano isn't holding back when it comes to his thoughts on Michael Chandler. He's calling Chandler delusional for thinking he'll get a blockbuster fight with Conor McGregor. Essentially, Moicano believes Chandler's hopes of facing McGregor are completely unfounded, and he's skeptical that the fight will ever happen. See, Chandler, who's a former lightweight title contender in the UFC, hasn't seen action since UFC 281 last November when he lost to Dustin Poirier via a rear-naked choke in the third round. From that day, he's been linked to a potential fight with Missouri veteran McGregor throughout the year, especially after the two served as opposing coaches on The Ultimate Fighter 31. However, plans for a UFC 296 clash in December have gone up in smoke due to other headlining and co-headlining fights being confirmed for the card. While, in Moicano's eyes, Chandler is being more than a little foolish by holding on to his hopes of facing McGregor in the distant future. In his recent interview with MMA Fighting, he told his opinion on the Chandler versus McGregor fight.
Division is a mess right now. As you can see, people we have guys like Michael Chandler, like he's delusional right now. Conor is not gonna fight him. I don't think we're going to. Maybe never again, because I don't know. Conor is on another level of craziness right now. We can see from the past 2 years how many polemics and how many stuff he's been doing outside UFC, and I think he loves the attention, but he doesn't like to fight anymore. So, Chandler, get over, my brother. You're not gonna have this fight, and I don't know what Chandler is going to do.
Renato Moicano isn't one to hold his back. Now, whether Chandler takes his advice and looks elsewhere in the lightweight division is something we'll have to wait and see. Ian Machado Garry and Dillon Danis heated back and forth. Recently, Ian Machado Garry has been paying serious attention to Dillon Danis's challenge. You know, Danis, who's primarily an MMA fighter and currently under contract with Bellator, is getting ready to step into the boxing ring against Logan Paul on October 14th. But here's a twist. With Bellator's future looking a bit uncertain, Danis is eyeing a potential move to the UFC if Bellator goes under. And guess what? He's already picked out Ian Machado Garry as a potential opponent, suggesting it would be an easy matchup for him. Guys, just imagine his confidence level.
I'm willing to go and fucking go out there and see if what I'm saying
Kill or be killed.
Let's do it. If I go with the UFC, give me your toughest fight. Give me Ian Garry. Give me anybody. Give me Neil
170.
Mack. Yeah, 170. Anybody.
Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards.
Colby.
That'd be easiest fight. I actually like
Colby.
But yeah, sure, Colby. Anybody.
Well, after that interview, Ian Machado Garry got to see the clip thanks to Better, the platform he does content for. And let's just say he wasn't too thrilled about Dillon Danis calling him out. "Everyone get in the car. Stop trying to wind me up. I would kill that guy." Even though Dillon Danis threw out the challenge to Ian Machado Garry, it's worth noting that El Jefe is still tied to a contract with Bellator. So, it doesn't look like there's much of a chance for these two to face off anytime soon. Manel Kape turns down Adesanya's apology after Altercation. The main event had fans excited, pitting Adesanya against Sean Strickland, and the pre-fight press conference promised some verbal fireworks between the two personalities. While Adesanya and Strickland did engage in some verbal exchange ahead of their in-octagon clash, a surprising almost altercation unfolded between Adesanya and Kape. Kape was originally slated to face Adesanya's teammate, Kai Kara France. Now, according to the former Risen Fighting Federation bantamweight title holder, Starboy, he received an apology from Adesanya backstage after the heated exchange. Quite surprising. After all this talk at the press conference, he came to me backstage. "Hey, no disrespect. We are Africa. We're brothers," Kape told MMA Fighting. "I said, we are not brothers. Look, my problem is with Kai Kara, not with you. Why did you stand up? He can handle his business," he added. Furthermore, Kape kept the momentum going after that incident. He managed to secure a unanimous decision victory over the promotional newcomer, Felipe dos Santos, in a truly thrilling bout at UFC 293. With that win, his current winning streak is now up to 4. "Believe me, if he's in the street with no cameras, I'll eat you too," Kape said. "You are a man to back up your words. Because you're just one man, you're tall, but I'll eat you in the streets, believe me. You don't know what I'm capable of doing. He backed down again, he concluded. Ask them what he said to me backstage. No man, no size, I don't fear them, and I'm undefeated in the streets. Now, Kape is all geared up for the next big challenge in the flyweight division, and he's eyeing a spot in the top 5. Whether it ends up being Kai Kara-France or someone else, one thing's for sure. Kape is ready to bring his A-game, whether it's inside or outside the octagon. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Michael Chandler's Plan B. Michael Chandler has a backup plan if Conor McGregor doesn't step into the ring with him. You know, Chandler has been out of action since he clashed with Dustin Poirier at UFC 281, where he suffered a third-round submission loss. Moreover, the talk has been about a potential unlikely fight with Conor McGregor, who has expressed more interest in facing Nate Diaz. But his determination never fades regarding his fight with McGregor. He mentioned that whenever his return is confirmed, he'll be his opponent, for sure. However, if that doesn't materialize, Chandler has another name in mind. During a recent chat with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour, he went into detail about a hypothetical matchup with Nate Diaz. Interestingly, Chandler made it clear that he holds no grudges against Diaz. In fact, he has great respect for him. It's precisely because of that respect that he would love to fight Diaz if the McGregor fight falls through. There are some moments where I'm like, is Conor coming back? Michael Chandler admitted on the MMA Hour when asked about his planned fight with Conor McGregor. You know, is he just trolling us all? Is he a real fighter anymore? Is he a real fighter? Then you think about who's a real fighter. Nate Diaz is a real fighter. I'm a real fighter. He continued, now, obviously, people are going to come out and throw shade like, why are you talking about fighting him? You don't care about the title. Blah, blah. But Diaz has always been a guy I wanted to fight. Not because I don't like him, but because I respect the hell out of him, and I think it would be a lot of fun. I would love to get smacked and flipped off by him in the cage. That would be fun. Now, my fight friend, what do you think about Chandler's new take on the MMA community? Would you be interested in watching a fight between Michael Chandler and Nate Diaz? Colby Covington left in awe by Makhachev's message. In the last, it looks like Islam Makhachev has big plans in mind. Despite defending his lightweight title just once, he's already thinking about making a move up to another division to chase a second championship belt. Initially, he became champion by submitting Charles Oliveira at UFC 280 last year, and they're set for a rematch this month as they headline UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. In his last fight, Makhachev narrowly won a unanimous decision against Alexander Volkanovski, ending Volkanovski's quest for a two-division championship. The lightweight champ is in for a tough challenge when he faces Oliveira again on October 21st. But it seems like he's already keeping an eye on the future, particularly the UFC 296 main event featuring Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. He stated in his latest chat with ESPN, Edwards versus Colby. I believe I can beat the winner, Makhachev told ESPN. I look at their skills and what they have as champions, and I know my skills. It's going to be a good fight. I'm not saying I'm going to beat them easily. It's going to be a hard, tough fight against a big guy. But I believe I can finish those guys. Certainly, Volkanovski isn't wasting any time either. All in all, he also hinted that he'd like to step back up to lightweight for a rematch with Makhachev after he takes on Yair Rodriguez in his 5th featherweight title defense at UFC 290. I gave a chance to that guy, so they have to give me a chance too. I gave a chance to a guy from another division to come to my weight and to try to take this belt, and he lost. I want my chance too. However, the welterweight title fight between Edwards and Covington was just officially announced as the main event for UFC 296. This decision came after UFC CEO Dana White declared Chaos as the next challenger for the division back in March. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.